Do you need these buttons? No, you don't. But if you want to fix tragedies like the glove box not opening and give yourselves easily accessible toggles, then these are the cheat code that you're looking for. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Anton, a power engineer, industrial mechanic, and a Red Seal electrician. We cover all kinds of products and topics in an approachable way for the average everyday person. I'm glad you found us. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech, where we decide if expensive accessories for our Tesla are solving a problem that never should have existed in the first place. Now this is my Tesla Model Y, and it has one screen in the center dash which controls everything. Now this is the screen right here, and all of the core functions of the car are easily handled right through this screen. But that's not totally true. You see, I've long held the opinion that these touchscreens are actually a distraction. And if I want to do a simple task like open my glove box, I actually have to pull up a submenu in here and then read the screen and figure out where it even says glove box before it opens it up. So today, we're gonna give my Tesla buttons. Now my question here is simple and brutal, but it hangs over the entire point of this video. Do I really need buttons? Is the act of buying a third-party accessory to perform basic functions a necessity or a tragic surrender? Let's find out. Now inside this box is the Test Studio Commander Kit. And unfortunately the box was like sealed up really well, so I had to cut the tape just to get into this thing. But it says on the outside Test Stars. And on the inside we've got these buttons. Here are the buttons themselves. They're sticky. They've got 3M stickiness on the back. They're generic, they look kind of like Cybertrucks, and you're supposed to glue them somewhere in our minimalistic spaceship. They communicate with the Commander via Bluetooth. So now, instead of asking my car to turn on the seat warmer, I'm relying on 3 different communication protocols. The Commander's cable, the CAN bus connection to the car, and Bluetooth from the buttons to the Commander.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, Jeremy, what could go wrong? We're introducing a whole new point of failure just so that I don't have to touch a screen in my car the size of a microwave door. And a product like this only exists because the button to open my glove box is hidden down in a submenu. And installation is non-invasive. It means we plug this little Commander into the OBD2 port, which is just behind the passenger footwell. And everything is easy as a simple pass-through. Now the good news for my skepticism is this is easily removable. So for those of you who are wondering, will this void my warranty? I don't actually know, but you can quite easily take this thing out of the system and nobody would ever know it's there. It does not leave any footprint of the install. It's especially handy for those of you who might be going in for service work and you're a little bit nervous that if they find devices like this installed, that they might void your warranty. Now the fact that the install is actually so simple and non-destructive kind of proves that Tesla had the ability to put something like this in here all along. So the question I want to know is, why did they leave it out? Were they so committed to the minimalistic design that even though they could do this, they just didn't want to? Because let's face it, there is a certain cost advantage to having everything handled through a screen like this. You can easily add and remove features by updating the software, and no physical buttons means you don't have to change anything. So it seems like leaving buttons out was a choice, not a technical limitation. The install is simple as any other device. We're going to start by peeling the carpet back, finding the spare OBD2 port, and plugging the connector into it. If you do have other devices plugged in, like I do, then it's okay. You can easily daisy chain these together with no issues. Once you've got it all connected up, it's a good idea to test some of the functionality before you close it up. But if you're confident like I am that it's gonna just work, you can tuck all those extra bits out of the way and then close it back up. Okay, now that it's installed, let's stop being funny for a minute and look at what these buttons actually do. Now the install is complete. You do need to download the Test Stars app on your iPhone. This is currently currently only iPhone supported, which I found out the hard way because, as you know, I have an Android phone. So luckily, this car is my wife's car. She uses an iPhone, so it's not a big deal. Plus, once you set up the buttons, you don't need the phone to be able to make this work. So if somebody in your family has an iPhone, you can get this all set up and then just use the buttons without the phone. You don't need the phone all the time to make this work. So we've downloaded the TestStars app. I've programmed a few of these buttons to some of the features that I wanted to have quick access to. So let's take a look at what those are. Now, first is this little guy right here. This is the S button, and I've programmed this to the glove box. Remember how I kept saying I want to be able to open the glove box? Well, if I push this, the glove box opens right up. The other one that's really cool, I set the T button up to randomly flash the high beams. Now, I find a problem all the time where people are driving past me, they got their high beams on, especially the Tesla headlights are really bright. So sometimes people think that you've got your high beams on. So I can push this button here and the high beams do a quick double flash. Now, looking through the app, you can actually program a lot of different features into the buttons. It's as simple as pulling up the button and then picking what you want to do. And each button supports 3 click functions. So you can click one time, you can click and hold, and you can double click. So I've currently only set up the single click to the buttons, but you've got a ton of features that you can cycle through, and it goes through different acceleration modes, your lights, your gear selectors, your seats, your media, your climate control, your horn, windows, wipers, and others. And you can try all of the functions before you program it. So if you're not sure what it is, you can click try. So for example, there, now my left door has opened. Now, if you constantly are picking people up that don't know how to open a Tesla door, you can program one of the buttons to the front right door. You push the button and then the door pops for them. So it makes it super easy. You can have those buttons programmed right here. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. These buttons are ugly and I like my smooth, sleek interior. Well, the good news is a lot of people that have buttons like these have found really unique ways to use the buttons but not have them super visible. So for me, I would look at putting the buttons right here on the side of my dash. So this is my headlight flashing button, and you can have a couple different buttons here where you're not going to see it, but while you're driving, you can easily reach over here and push that button. Now, a lot of other people have suggested behind the back of the steering wheel right here, so you can just, while you're driving, reach back and push that button. That's great for programming the autopilot nag and or engaging your autopilot. And then under the center console right here, some people have put buttons under there as well. So while you're driving, you just reach there and click the button. That would be a good one for the passenger door and the glove box, for example. So you don't have to put the buttons out where everybody can see. You can have buttons. Some people have stuck the buttons on the back of the screen here. Now, I don't really like that because that's a bit of a reach to go over there and touch it. And if you're touching the screen area anyway, then why would you want to do that? But you can put buttons on the back of the wheel right here and use them as like shifter paddles, and there's so many features where you can use these. Plus, with the Tesla Cybertruck style on these, they're kind of interesting buttons anyway. But the beauty is they're all Bluetooth little buttons, so you can stick them anywhere you like and they'll work just fine. Now, a couple side notes about this system. First off, there's a little bit of marketing confusion about what this actually is. Couple notes to be aware of. So there are different buttons. Some people know the sexy buttons. Those are a different product by a different company. These are similar and they can get confusing. So those buttons actually have a little bit more functionality and control than what these ones do. So these ones have up to 100 different programmable options that you can program into it, but they are limited. So they're limited to basic functions. A lot of the functions that you have on here are functions that you actually have on your regular Tesla app. It just makes it synced to a button. The other thing to know is you have to actually set up this app and link it through your Tesla app with your phone as a key. This will allow you all of the same core features that the Tesla app does as far as opening your trunk, honking your horn, and all of that. But it's got some neat additional features where you can set up a dashboard that gives you real-time information from the car, as well as quick access to even more buttons. And a lot of people will get a phone holder where they can stick the app right here. You can see when I turn it sideways, I can see my car, I can see my speed, and it makes a handy little dashboard that a lot of people are catching on to. Now, I already have a dashboard here, so I don't need this feature for the app for myself. But if you're looking to save money, I mean, I paid $400 for that dashboard, whereas this is less than that and it gives you a dashboard and the buttons. But if you have privacy concerns about giving a third-party app access to your car, you would have to either get over those privacy concerns or just don't buy a product like this. The big downside for this was the fact that it does not have Android support. I would like to be able to use my Android phone to set all these features and not be limited. The other thing is I don't have the full drivability control that I was hoping to get with a product like this. So the sexy buttons allow you to control your regen and everything. This one does not. So the feature set is more limited. If you're interested on knowing exactly all the features on this, I can always make another video that shows you exactly what you can and cannot program to this, just so you know what you're getting. There are other products like this on the market that also mimic those sexy buttons, those sexy dials, and they would have similar limited functionality. So it depends exactly what you're looking for. These are cheaper than sexy buttons. So the final impressions from the chief skeptic. Do you need these buttons? No. You don't. But if you want to fix tragedies like the glove box not opening and give yourselves easily accessible toggles, then these are the cheat code that you're looking for. So this is the necessary surrender. It adds a lot of convenience and functionality that just isn't there normally, so it's a big deal for someone like myself. The commander system is that sneaky hack that turns this minimalistic design into a little bit more. It makes it more tactile, and I'm a more tactile, touchy-feely kind of guy, as you can tell from watching my videos. Real sensitive, in touch with my feelings kind of guy. Now, if you had buttons like this, what's that one feature that you would want to unlock to make work on your Tesla? I'd love to hear about your experiences, and I'll see you on the next one. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.